Hello everybody! I thought I'd share some of my thoughts on the Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Grindelwald film with you guys. I thought it would be like a fun thing to do. I'm going to start off with my sort of like good thoughts and then finish with what could have been better, like what I did not like, which is kind of a weird way of doing things, but I'm just gonna do it that way because that's how I sort of wrote it down. But anyway, I just want to start off by saying that I do like the film. I really do. I thought it was great. I thought it was funny, and I really liked very much, like a fair amount. I very much liked the film. It was just that some bits were a bit for me. So you'll get it. You'll get it. Like the further in we get in this video, you'll understand what I mean. I also want to say that this video is going to be like a major spoiler video, so if you haven't seen Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Grindelwald yet, do not watch this video because you will be spoiled. So let me just start off by saying what I liked, which is the carriage scene in the beginning of the film. I thought was great. I thought it was really cool. It was just that everything like was so zoomed in, it was difficult to see. I thought it was a bit difficult to follow exactly what was happening. But otherwise, I thought it was great. I liked the colour scheme, the outfits, the scenery, like the props, everything I really enjoyed. I thought it was really cool with this whole like Abernathy being a submissive, silent, sort of weird person. I don't know. I thought that was really cool though, because you've seen him in the first film, and just because he's so like random and he's just there. And he's funny as well. In this film he was more creepy. He sort of reminded me of like a silent Igor from Frankenstein. And that scene as well is like, the whole fighting was cool, and you know, they switching placing in places and stuff, like him and Grindelwald. I thought that was cool. It was just a little bit unbelievable. I felt that it was a bit impossible, like that would happen inside the Ministry of Magic. I know that they're maybe not like the best with security and stuff because of like later in the French Ministry of Magic, which was just weird, and you know, general like in Harry Potter as well with the British Ministry of Magic, they're just really bad at security. But still, I just felt that it was like he's been in this like high security prison, and there's this bubble that kills flies and all that, you know, and still they managed to swap places and cut the tongue and do the thing, and apparently that was already Abernathy. It was just a bit hard to believe, that's all. Next thing that I was really pleased about was how they reintroduced Newt into this film. I thought it was quite fun to do like the whole panning of the ministry and then back on to like Newt, and he's sitting on a bench with his back against the camera, just like in the first film on the boat. I thought it was just like a sort of like a romantic way of reintroducing him into the film. I thought that was great. Also, anything that Newt and Pickett do together is just great. I just love them too, like when they are interacting with each other. I just love everything that happens there in that moment. I really like Pickett, guys. Pickett is like my favourite character in the whole Fantastic Beasts. We sort of fast forward 3 months, and you know that we meet him there, and we see that he's been struggling with being allowed to travel internationally, and I just like that you can see him sort of fighting for Tina, and also like the animals, and you know, for himself basically. All of these things are entailed in his sort of fighting with the ministry about him not being able to travel internationally. This is also the scene where we see Lita and Theseus for the first time, and let me just say, I think that the actors, like the casting, that was brilliant. I really like Theseus, the actor who plays him, I can't remember his name, but I really like him. I thought he was great, and it was a brilliant choice for Newt's brother. I thought like the whole deal with Theseus and Lita and Newt interacting with each other was great. You can really see that Theseus is trying to maintain a good relationship with Newt, but Newt is sort of like the other way around. He's like, no, I do not like care about anything you have to say. He's sort of very anti-Theseus at this point. I'm guessing because they have very separate opinions on things, and also this like getting engaged to Lita Lestrange thing, that was just so weird. I mean, yes, granted, we do not actually know whether or not Newt and Lita had a relationship, or if they were just like really good friends and Newt had a crush on her. We do not actually know, because it was implied, I guess, but it wasn't like actually said. It's not official. But anyway, I thought that was really good. You can actually see the family struggles that they have, and I thought that was good. Very good acting. The writing could have been a little bit better, I feel, but you know, it's a subtle conversation in the ministry. So fast forwarding into Newt's flat in London with that whole Bunty thing and the whole like giant zoo he has underneath his flat. That was just, it was awesome to see. It just gave me a lot of questions, like, was this his flat before he went to America? Did he have all these creatures there before he went to America? Has Bunty been there the whole time that he was in America, or has she started working for him now? Because, I mean, it was 3 months ago that Grindelwald escaped, and Grindelwald has been in there since the end of the first film, and then 6 months. So 9 months in total has he been in custody, which fine, there's a fair amount of time for Newt to have actually acquired these animals and taken care of them and employed Bunty and all that, but I don't know, it felt like she'd been there like a lot, like a long time. I'm not sure, and I thought that was a bit weird, like it wasn't exactly clarified, so I would like to have that clarified. It sounded a bit interesting. I liked Bunty as a character. You could tell that she was way into Newt and he had no idea. It was funny. I really liked the animals that they had there, and the Kelpie. Like, we've heard about the Kelpie in the Harry Potter stories, and I just sort of like thought it was great to actually see the animal. I thought that was really fun. And the whole architecture down there was great as well. I thought that was really cool. Fast forwarding, well, not really, but like to the next scene, I guess, where we meet Jacob and Queenie again, which was a bit weird. I thought the explanation for Jacob's memory being restored as weird. I just thought that, like, in the end of the first film, when we saw that he was still remembering stuff, I thought that would be like, oh, it didn't work on him because of something or other, like maybe he had some kind of magical ability or something, or I love Queenie and Jacob together. I am like the captain of the Jaqueenie ship, I really am. But the whole thing, like when she's sort of like, I'm thinking she gave him Amotentia. I'm not really sure which love potion it was, but I'm thinking Amotentia because it was like really powerful. I don't really see, like, I see why she would want to do it, but Queenie has too much heart. She wouldn't actually do it. I just feel like she cares about him so much. I don't really understand how it would get to that point where she sort of just went, oh no, he doesn't want to marry me, so I'll just make him marry me, basically. And that's also like a reason, because like all this nonsense with the love potion wouldn't actually happen if they were just allowed to marry. Which is like the whole of Grindelwald's deal with Queenie. He just wants her for her legilimensic abilities or whatever. Because she's a legilimens, he wants her so that he can use her. But yeah, that's his like whole reason for manipulating her. The thing is, I feel like Queenie wouldn't fall for it though. I mean, I know that she's this like feminine and cute and yada yada yada, but she's also like very... I mean, she had so much potential in the first film. She was very good-hearted, she knew what was right and wrong, she was very lovable, and she had so much love to give. She wasn't paranoid, she knew, she was intelligent. Even if she seemed a bit dim-witted at times, she was very intelligent when it mattered. She looked up to her sister so much, well, she still does, it's just that they're in a fight. But, I mean, all of this means that she wouldn't do all this. Like what? I don't know, I don't understand how such a strong character can be manipulated that easily. That's just what I find very difficult. One scene that I thought was really funny was like the portkey scene and the following scene where Newt and Jacob find Yusuf Kama. I thought that scene was really interesting. I loved it that they had these the footprints or the, I don't know, shoe print things that were walking around. It reminded me of the Marauder's map. I thought that was great. I thought it was really funny as well that he used the nifflers like that, and I don't know, it was just very entertaining to watch, and the interactions between Newt's character and Jacob's character is always great. I think that they put a lot of time into making it funny, which I really like. The thing though with Newt's wand, I want to know, like, I know that Newt's wand has this, at the end, he has this sort of like hole in it, like a belly button, but in a wand. I don't know. But yeah, he has that anyway, so he can do, like, he blows out on it or something, or puts it in his ear or whatever he does, and then it goes out, like, sort of like a trumpet or something, and he can listen to conversations that happen there or something like that. I can't remember. I watched the film 2 times in the cinema, but that was like a while ago now. So anyway, he does this. I'm wondering, is it because he has that hole in his wand, or can anyone do this? And if anyone can do that, is it like a solid thing, or does it go in like Newt's does? This is a weird question, but I feel like I need the answer to this, because it was just, it was fun and it was a good idea. I just want more, like, more information around it. These are the questions that matter to me, like what? And it was cool to see, like, these investigative skills that the wizarding community have without, like, being an aura or something like that. I don't know where I'm going with this. It was just a fun way to see how they did it, or something or other. So the chemistry between Tina and Newt is just, oh my god, I love those two together. I think they're perfect for each other, and that was kind of confirmed when Tina answered him and said salamanders. That was just so heartwarming. I was so happy. Like, I was really happy when that happened. I was like, yay! So, I thought that the actor who played Theseus did a great job when he was playing Newt, who was Polyjuice Potioned as Theseus. I thought that was a great job, and also I want to say that I thought the young Newt Scamander, like when he was at Hogwarts, I thought that was great as well. I think he did a great job. Talking about Hogwarts and stuff, going back to Hogwarts was like nostalgia, and it was great. I really, really liked it. I was so happy. Like, when I was sitting in the cinema, I was just like, I was almost crying when we saw Hogwarts. Like, you got the hill here and then you got Hogwarts, and oh, it was just so pretty. I loved it. I was really happy about that. It was great. And then the scenes like inside the classrooms were great as well, except for the wobbly camera. I don't know if you noticed, but some scenes, like when Lita Lestrange was in that classroom and she looked at the carved letters and stuff, there was like, when she was walking into the classroom, the camera sort of went like that. But hang on, this is Warner Bros. I mean, what just happened? Like, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it wasn't pleasant. Like, that wasn't like what I would expect and what I wanted. The same goes for this like really in-zoomed, like you could see their pores, like you could see characters' pores like in their skin. It was just weird. The whole other thing with like my problems with the Hogwarts stuff is, first of all, how is McGonagall even there? Like, don't blame it on that being her mother or something, because she is credited as Minerva McGonagall, and it would be kind of weird if it was like Minerva McGonagall Jr. Like, that would ruin our original like Minerva McGonagall vibe. If, I don't know, I don't understand. Like, how is she even there? She's not supposed to be born yet. I know that she has a time turner, like she gave hers to Hermione, so that might be a thing, but I have a hard time like understanding how that would be like in the plot, like what would actually happen with that. I don't know. That's like the only reasonable explanation I have, but it's like only a half explanation because I don't have any information other than that she's there, but she's not even born yet. So how? Why did they do this? It just felt like it was just fan service. Like, that was all it was. And, you know, check your facts before you do something like this. Also with Dumbledore, like, why was he doing the exact same lesson that, like, you know, 50 years later somebody else is doing? Like, has the school not evolved since then? Like, what, why? And also, why is it Dumbledore teaching Defense Against the Dark Arts when he's supposed to be a Transfiguration teacher? Like, what is up with that? How? Why? Is he subbing? Like, what is happening? And also, one thing that I thought was a bit funny was when that little, like, boy said, he's the best teacher we ever had, blah, blah, blah. And Dumbledore goes, thank you, McLaggen. And, you know, oh, hey, Cormac's ancestor, cool. You know, it's fun that they put stuff like that in, but, you know, another teacher could have said that. I mean, Dumbledore has got enough screen time as it is. He doesn't have to be doing the Defense Against the Dark Arts class right at that moment. Like, why would we be doing that? And why wouldn't it be another Defense Against the Dark Arts class? Like, why do we have to do the same procedure all over again? I get it because, you know, plot lines and, you know, Lita needed the boggart to do that and, you know, but still, I don't know, I just thought it was weird. There was this other thing as well. There were so many characters. Like, I know that we've done this, like, this is kind of J.K. Rowling's thing when she sort of puts in loads of characters that nobody will remember. Like at Hogwarts, in Harry's time, they have this very small part in the book or film, and you know, then that's it. But I mean, now with these films, I mean, it seems like they're trying to do the same thing here, but it is kind of confusing, and you know, they sort of lack the depth that the other insignificant characters had, like in the Harry Potter franchise, because Cruel. Does anybody remember Cruel? No? Okay. He was Gellert Grindelwald's dude who he then later set to flames or something. I mean, why was he there? Like, why did Gellert, like, kill that guy? Like, what happened there? Can anybody explain that to me? No? Okay. And then the whole Nagini thing, I mean, Nagini was a snake. That I was fine with. And okay, I thought that it would be cool to have Nagini like this blood curse woman and yeah, everything. But you know, she's nice all of a sudden. She's supposed to be evil. Nagini was supposed to be evil. Well, that's what I thought, she was evil. But now, seeing Nagini like this, she's all of a sudden nice. And the thing is, she's not really... I mean, how do I actually know that she's nice? It's just that she sighs a lot and she stands behind Credence, and that's basically it. I mean, she wasn't actually harbouring a fugitive, but that's what it said on her poster for the film and stuff. It said that she was harbouring a fugitive, but like, was she really? I mean, she was trapped at this circus and Credence kind of was there as well. And he was the one that got her out there, and then, oh, I don't know, I just thought it was just a bit weird. I mean, her whole thing is standing behind Credence going, Credence, or, are you Credence family? Like, that was her whole deal, and then, oh, I can turn into a snake. I don't know, I mean, it's heartbreaking. Her story is heartbreaking, but you know, it was a bit all of a sudden. I don't know, I just didn't really care that much about her as a character. The same thing goes for Yusuf Kama. That whole thing was just so weird, and why did he have that thing in his eye? I mean, that was just disgusting. That was so weird. Like, why did that need to happen? I just thought that was really weird. And, you know, the whole thing with Leda Lestrange's brother, and then, I mean, this whole thing was, like, a really big part of the film. Like, this was a very, very, like, really big part of the film, and then it turned out to be nothing. It turned out not to help anybody, more than actually bring them to the tomb. That was basically it. But, you know, they could have gone there anyway, just followed Credence there, because Gellert could have just said, your family will be waiting for you there, or you'll know who you are when you go to the Lestrange tomb. But you know, he could have said, let's go to this volleyball court instead, and I'll tell you who your family is there, and then everybody can just meet up there instead. I mean, this had absolutely nothing to do with the whole Lestrange thing, and the curse, and the infidelity, and you know, all of this stuff. It was just killing time, basically. I don't know, it was just annoying, because it had really nothing to do with the plot, other than to actually get people to the right place. That was it. Another, like, pointless character, like, I don't know if she'll be, like, very important later on. It's just that I thought that she was very... You could just literally see through her. She made no difference in the film. Why was she there? Except for, again, nostalgia. I'm talking about, if you haven't guessed already, I'm talking about Gellert's little girlfriend or whatever. Her name is Vinda Rosia. So, yeah, it's a Rosia, like, family... like ancestor thing, you know, like, oh, I'm a pure blood family, I am one of Voldemort's followers later on, I am a Death Eater, yada yada yada. Is he a Death Eater? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's a Death Eater. I can stand by that. She was there, and she was French, and she was basically just luring Queenie to the flat, but you know, Cruel could have done that. I don't know, it was just weird. It was weird. I thought it was weird. And she was there, and she was like, oh, hop for Grindelwald and everything, and I mean, sure. Purpose? For what purpose is she there? Other than to hold that weird skull that he breathes air out of or something, and get Queenie to the flat so that he can manipulate her. Like what other reason is there for this person to exist? This is what I do not understand. I mean, Troll could have done both those things. But I think it's something about the significance of showing off that Grindelwald has 1,000 followers or whatever. I think it's something like that, I'm not really sure, but I just thought it was a bit... If you're going to put a character in a movie, you need something to give them depth. I mean, that's how I feel, at least. I have no, like, education whatsoever in filmmaking. I'm just doing this. All of this is just for fun. But you know, I feel like you need to have some depth to a character. Fast forward a little bit more and Gellert Grindelwald is leaving, and you know, he's shown them the whole like, oh, this is what's gonna happen in the Muggle world if we don't evaporate them all, basically. And they're leaving everybody. Lita's just died, oh sad. And all that. So all of a sudden Nicholas Flamel shows up again, which actually I really liked Nicholas Flamel. I thought that was really funny, like the whole deal with him was really funny. I've seen like some YouTube videos, they were like, oh, why did they have to put the Philosopher's Stone there? It was too obvious, like you made the whole scene so bad because of that. I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of you guys, it's just I don't know how to say that like normally. I'm sorry, I'm not making fun. And I just could not deal. Like, I thought it was great that they put the Philosopher's Stone in there, because not everybody knows about Nicholas Flamel, not like that. I mean, they've heard his name once in the first film, and I think that was it. Like, not everybody has read the books. Like, you can still be a fan of Harry Potter if you haven't read the books. I mean, you can still like Harry Potter, and, you know, if you haven't seen the films like 1,000 times like I have, then you might not have really gotten the thing with Nicholas Flamel. So, to help those people, they put in the stone. I really enjoyed that scene. I enjoyed the whole thing. I thought it was really funny. You can tell how frail he is, and you know, he's really fragile and old, but you know, he's funny and he's nice, and I really enjoyed him, and I liked the character as a whole. Except for when he's like, he trots into this graveyard and suddenly he, of all people, knows what to do, and it's, you know, a simple finite charm to stop this massive dragon. Or actually multiple dragons, like what? It's a simple finite charm, it's a simple like spell counter back thing charm, you know, or whatever you say, counter spell maybe. I'm not good with words. Anyway, it's very basic. You learn it like the first or second year or something like that at Hogwarts. So I mean, if Gellert Grindelwald is supposed to be this like all-powerful wizard, how is his dragon, or how are his dragons stopped by a simple finite charm? Like, that is, it's just so, I don't understand why this happened, like how and why did they put the wands in the ground? Like, I get that they made this like shield thing, but you know, they could have made an orb of it, like actually encased the dragons inside a sphere or something. But no. Like, I enjoyed like the whole CGI of it. I thought it was really cool with the dragons, but I had like literally no idea what was happening at the point. It was just a like maneuver thing for Grindelwald, I get that, but so that he could get away and stuff, but you know, still, it was a bit weird. Another good thing though, I really liked Gellert Grindelwald saying, I hate Paris, when he left. I thought that was so funny. Not because I have anything against French guys, because hello, I am wearing a beret. That is so stereotypical and not racist, but kind of in that category. But still, I really like French stuff. Okay. But I thought it was funny anyway. I don't even know what to call this video. It's so crazy. Like, it's so, this video is like all over the place. the plot twist at the end, like what was that? I'm kind of okay with it though. It's not like I don't really have any problems with it other than I do not understand like how they're gonna play this. Like, does he just not exist later on? Like, what happened? And you know, is it confidential? Like, what? Why do we not know about this? Well, because J.K. Rowling didn't think about that then when she read the Harry Potter books, of course, but you know, how are they gonna make Credence a Dumbledore? Like, how? Why even? Like, why was he on the boat if he's a Dumbledore when the rest of his family were living quiet and nicely in Godric's Hollow? And like, Credence is there's like a fair amount of years between Dumbledore, I mean Albus Dumbledore, and Credence, so like, what? One of my theories is that Gellert is just sort of like trying to manipulate Credence into killing Albus Dumbledore. That's like my... I feel like I'm believing that more and more, actually. It's just, why would they do that to us? Like, us, the fans. Why would they... Why? I think that's enough for this video. I have been happy, sad, and angry at this film. I really liked it. I just want to say that again because it feels like I've only been talking smack about this film, but that's not like entirely true. I really do like various aspects of this film. It's just like, as a whole, I really do like it, but when you go and look at different details in the film, it's just not that great. I still do very much like it. I enjoy the characters and I enjoy the whole feel to it. I really, really do like it, and I love all the like vintage clothes and everything. The outfits are great. The costume designer is just... Thank you for watching this mess of a video. If you have any opinions or, you know, stuff that you want to talk about, then please comment down below and tell me about it. Don't be afraid to do that because I love comments. That was so cheesy. Okay. If you like this video, even though it's a total mess, then please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, and or subscribe, I guess. I will see you very soon. Goodbye.